do.
All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the December the 18th meeting of Chatham's Historic Business District Commission. My name is Daniel Silver, and I am the current chairman. First order of business will, Sarah is going to read the governor's directives concerning these meetings. After that, we'll do a roll call to make sure we have a quorum.
Please note this meeting is being recorded and will be available shortly hereafter for scheduled and on-demand viewing on any smartphone or tablet device. If anyone else is recording this meeting, please notify the chairman. Pursuant to Governor Baker's July 16, 2022 signing of an act relative to extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency, including the extension of his March 12, 2020 order, suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20, until March 31, 2023, this meeting of the Historic Business District Commission is being conducted remotely and shall afford adequate alternative means of public access via Microsoft Teams by calling the phone number 1-508-945-4410, conference ID 345-353-061 #, or join the meeting online via Microsoft Teams through the link in the posted agenda. Despite our best efforts, we may not be able to provide for real-time access, and we will post a record of this meeting on the town's website as soon as possible. In accordance with town policy, the public can speak to any issue, hearing, or business item on the agenda during the meeting when recognized by the chair.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm not sure if I'm living in the past too much, but today is January 18th, not December 18th, if that's what I said. On to the roll call. All right. Darcy Sequin.
Darcy Sequin is here.
James Drybert is not here. Bob Burns.
Bob Burns is here.
Doug Grattan.
Doug Grattan is here.
Steve DeBoer.
Steve DeBoer is here.
And Dan Silver is here, so we do have a quorum. All right, first order of business now will be the next order of business will be the minutes review, and we're going to go all the way back to December 7th. Hopefully we'll get it done this time. So does anybody have any comments about that, those particular sets of minutes?
I was not present, so I can't make a motion for that.
I was not here either.
Well, all right.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from December 7th, 2022.
Thank you.
And Steve DeBoer will second that.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. So, all right, let's vote. Steve?
Vote to approve?
Bob?
Bob Burns votes to approve.
Dan Silver votes to approve. I think that's it, right, Sarah?
You have the minutes from January 4th as well.
No, I meant that's all,
Yes,
that's
that's
all the
all that can
voting, yeah.
vote.
Okay. Now, the minutes of the meeting held January 4th. All right, I will be abstaining on this one. Does anybody have any comments they'd like to make about those particular minutes? No?
Doug Grattan will make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Bob Burns, second.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. Darcy?
Darcy Sequin approves.
Sam's not here. Bob?
Bob Burns in favor,
Doug
approves.
Grattan?
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve DeBoer?
Steve DeBoer is in favor?
All right, and Dan was not here, so, very good. Those ones passed. Now, the first application, if I can find it, which I had a minute ago.
Here you go.
Oh, here we are, yeah. Is, let's see, site improvements, 22-118 Oyster Heights condominium, care of Donna Wilcox. Application to install fencing located at 101 Depot Road. Is the applicant here or an applicant's representative? If you move to one of the podiums on our right here. Is the green button on?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. If you just introduce yourself, your name, and a brief synopsis of your project, we'll be on our way.
Okay, great. My name is Cynthia Carey, and I'm an owner at Oyster Heights and also a member of the Board of Directors. I'm also a full-time resident of Chatham. So I put together some slides that should correspond with the application you have in front of you. Our goal is to upgrade the curb appeal of the complex in a way that is appropriate for the district and the surrounding area. And let me see if there's a enter. Sorry. Let's see if this works. Okay, so this is a map of our property, To orient you, you'll see that on the bottom is depot.
Your mic, I'm sorry, your mic read?
I
Oh, you have to speak
apologize.
directly into the
I'm
mic,
new
yeah.
to this, so it's my first time, so. Anyways, at the bottom is Depot Road, and on the right-hand side is Hitching Post Road. On the left side is the cemetery, and in the back is the roadway that goes to the cemetery. So on here, you'll notice there are 5 places that we want to add fencing or trash dumpster enclosures. The red ones are the 2 areas where we want to enclose the trash dumpsters, and the blue ones are areas where we want to install either picket fence or 6-foot white vinyl fence. If you go to the next page, you'll see this is the driveway, the entrance that I just talked about coming off Depot Road. And what we would do is on each side of the driveway here, we would use the picket fence. And you'll see on this diagram that is indicated here on both sides, the picket fence, and there will be lighting. And then along the driveway will be the 6-foot vinyl fence. And that will go down to an area where we have one of the trash dumpsters. If you could go to the next slide, please. This is just another picture of where we would have the fencing. We would obviously need to remove these bushes. The fencing would parallel the driveway and go down to this area where we have trash dumpster. And this just shows you again the type of fencing we would install. If you could go to the next page. Again, this is just a closer up picture of what the picket fence would look like. You can advance. Same, this would be the 6-foot high fence. And if you could go to the next page. And this on the end near Depot Road, you know, the fence would start with this style. If you could go to the next page. This is, so if you were to go down that driveway, at the bottom is this area where we have the trash dumpster. This is what it looks like currently, and you can see the cemetery in the background. We would like to enclose it, and there's a diagram here of what that would look like. The front of it would have doors that open up. So again, that would be all enclosed, and it would be the same material that the fence would be made out of. If you could go to the next page, that's just another picture of what the opening would look like. You can go to the next page. This is another area where we want to install fencing. This is on Hitching Post Road now, and we would use picket fence on both sides of the entrance, and we would also have some lighting. And this diagram shows you where the picket fence would be relative to the road in one of the other entrances into our complex. You can go to the next page. This is the picket fence again. You can advance. This is another area where we have a second dumpster. It's a smaller area, and we would enclose it with the same materials and same type of structure as the other one. You can advance. This is the third area. This is in the back of the property. The roadway that goes to the cemetery is right behind here. And we would install 6-foot fencing from about where this bush is across, you know, is to about this point, and it's indicated here on the diagram. You can go to the next slide. We would be using ProFence as our contractor, and this is just describing the type of material: white vinyl privacy fence with 5x5 vinyl posts in New England caps. And then on here, it's 3-foot tall vinyl colored picket fence with the 5x5 vinyl posts and New England caps. And this is 5x5 vinyl top mount lantern posts. You can go to the next slide. Thank you for considering our applications. Does anyone have any questions?
We'll find out. Thank you very much.
Okay, excellent.
Steve?
Well, I think it was very good, clear presentation. I think we got a lot of good information out of that. You mentioned some lighting. Can you
Yeah.
sort of elaborate on that a little bit and just let us know what you're thinking of doing?
Well, we want to add lighting, of course, for safety and security. So there would be lighting at both of the entrances. We would use Pro Fence to construct their typical lamp posts, with the same material, the white vinyl, and at the top, we haven't picked out what the lantern would look like. But that's.
So would the lighting be integrated into the post that's holding the fence?
Yes, it
Okay.
would. And then on the hitching post roadside, we would do the same, or there might be a possibility of using some kind of sconcing.
Okay.
Good
I'm not
question.
sure if
Thank
they're going
you.
to have to come back with.
Yeah, probably will.
It would probably be the best way, the cleanest way to do it.
Other than that, I think it's fine. I think what you're doing is
Okay.
very nice.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, Darcy?
I agree with Steve. Very nice. I think it's going to do a great improvement to the property.
Thank you.
And, yeah, if you would just come back with the lighting, whatever you choose, that would be great.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bob?
Well-done presentation, Donna. So
Thank
just the
you.
lighting would be great
I
when you can come
appreciate
back to
that.
us. So thanks very much.
Thank you.
Doug?
I agree, great presentation. The fencing part's all pretty clear, but I would just need some explanation on the lighting and what you plan on doing, so.
Okay. Can
I
I?
do have a question
Oh, sure.
on the layouts here on, are you proposing to use any 6-foot fencing on the corners?
No. It would be picket fence on the corners. You mean
On all
of
the
the
corners?
entryways?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we wouldn't want to block
corner,
the
too.
view for people
Okay.
entering or
The one other
exiting.
was, you showed a picture someplace in there where the fence dropped down
Yes,
slightly.
yeah.
Do you have that again? Is there any possibility of finding that one?
I think it's maybe the third or fourth slide. So on Depot Road, you would first see the picket fence that kind of curves around. And then to start, as a way of beginning the 6-foot fence, instead of just having it start 6 foot, it would
Right, sure.
gradually go
Yeah.
up. So it would be, the picket fence and then this going up.
And how high is the picket fence again?
3 foot?
Okay.
think it's a
Well, that's what I
3-foot.
guess I'm trying to get at. I'd like to
Yeah.
see that post, that beginning post 3 feet high.
Pardon me?
I'd like to see that starting post 3 feet high.
Okay,
So there'd be more of, it just because I don't want to see, just all of a
Yeah.
sudden you run into a fence.
right,
That looks like it's maybe 10 inches lower than the normal post.
right. Okay,
So that would be the only thing I'd like to see different.
okay,
That way, you come around, the picket fence will have a certain height, and this will continue on up and then down. Be beautiful. Be
okay.
great. Yep,
Thank you.
you bet.
Can I clarify what I need to bring back to the next meeting, or should I do that afterwards?
That's going to be a separate application altogether.
They could come back as a modification to the
Or,
certificate
well,
of
that's
appropriateness.
the other way, yeah, if you want.
So we need to modify the application to include
Or
the...
request a modification, yeah.
Request a modification?
Yeah.
Okay. And include pictures of what the lamp posts would look like?
Yep.
And where they are?
Correct.
Okay, thank you so much. Is there
bet.
anything else, any other feedback?
Good presentation.
No, we can
You
do
did a
it.
good
So
job.
anyways,
Thank you.
if Steve gives
I
a
appreciate that.
motion, I think that the only thing that should be conditioned is that the start of that fence be 3 feet rather than what was depicted.
All right, so what would you like me to do, Dan? Make a motion to?
To accept the application as presented with the condition that the fence be started with a 3-foot section rather than the, It doesn't look much less than 5.
All right, and what about the lighting situation? Is that a separate application?
No, we don't have to do anything for that. They just come back on their own.
Okay. All right, so Doug Grant will make a motion under application, I'm gonna take my glasses off here. 22-118 Oyster Heights condominium, care of Donna Wilcock. Application to install fencing located at 101 Depot Road with a modification that the picket fence meet the stockard fence at 3 feet. And that would be all, correct?
Yep.
Thank you very much for your time.
We just have to vote now, and then you'll be all set.
Darcy Seacom will second the motion.
Okay, motion is made and seconded. Last chance for discussion? No? All right, Darcy.
Darcy votes in favor.
Okay. Sam's not here. Bob?
Burns in favor.
Okay, Doug, you know what's coming.
Doug's in favor?
Steve?
Steve DeBoer's in favor.
And Dan Silver's in favor as well. Very good. There you go. You're all set now.
Now, thank you very much.
Wonderful job. You did a great job. Thank you for making ours easy. All right, next application, we got that one out of the way, is 23-001. John Ricotta, application to install a generator on the property located at 1173 Main Street. We'll be taking these applications separately.
No problem.
Okay, thank you.
I must say, this is much fancier than when I was chairman of the Zoning Board of Appeals years ago. The whole setup just looks very official. Anyway, I'm John Ricotta. This is on 1173. I believe you have a plan of the 1173 property. That little box in the corner is where the generator is going to go. For a couple reasons. One, it meets the setback requirements, but it's also close to the gas lines, and would save us from having to trench back to the back of the property, which also abuts conservation. So pretty straightforward.
All right, let's see. Is this going to be visible at all? I don't think it is from
No,
28.
no, neither one of them. On my right-hand corner of the front of the building, there are some very significant evergreen trees that are there blocking that area. And I think it would be blocked anyway, even if the trees weren't there.
Yep. Okay, well, let's see what the board, do you have a picture of the unit?
Yeah, I do. It's your basic Generac generator, full house.
Plain old Generac, huh? Wait until you get back up to speak.
Sorry.
Thank you. Yep,
I know it well.
yep. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, I guess that's pretty straightforward. Let's see
Yeah,
what
it's
the,
pretty straightforward. And as I said, after
all right.
years of suffering significant outages there and spending multiple days in my car with the engine running in the middle of the winter time trying to work, the time has come. So,
All right, Steve,
I don't have any questions. I think it's pretty straightforward.
Darcy,
I have no questions.
all right. Bob,
Well, I went by today, I saw that the shrubs are there that block it from sight, so I have no questions.
Doug?
Does Mr. Ricotta get a prize for being the first application for 2023?
What's that?
Did he get a prize for the first application of 2023?
that's all because of Sarah
23
doing such a,
Oh, yeah. Congratulations.
I have no questions.
Well,
I think it's
Just a
great.
second.
I have to say that I had a hip replacement in the middle of November, and I had to go back down to Florida right after Christmas. for rehab and see doctors and everything. And Sarah was unbelievable, helping me, sort of doing some of this by email and along with the contractor who had gone away from the holidays. So she really deserves the credit for me being number one this year.
Well, my advice is let somebody else put this in.
Yeah, it won't be me. It won't be me.
So Doug Grant would like to make a motion under site improvements, application 23-001, John Ricotta, application to install a generator on the property located at 1173 Main Street as presented.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, motion is made and seconded. All right, Darcy,
Darcy Sequin approves.
Bob,
Bob Burns approves.
Doug,
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve,
Steve DeBoer approves.
Dan Silver approves as well, thank you. All right, now, let's see, we're on to our second one, 23-002, also belongs to John Ricotta. Application to install a generator on the property located at 1181 Main Street.
Thank you. I'm still John Ricotta. This one, obviously, as you can, well, you can't, oh, there you go. The little black box, I haven't read, but that is actually behind a picket fence that's on our property that's been there since I bought the building back in '95, I think. So it's even less visible. It's right on the back of the building. No one will see it. There's, flower gardens and everything else on the in front of it, so it'll be on the back side of that. And again, gets us closer to the gas hookup.
Okay, I have to assume what I'm gonna ask anyways is the same type of generator?
Correct. Exact same generator.
Okay,
So it would be two of the same.
all right, let's find out. Steve,
I have no questions.
Darcy,
No questions.
Bob,
No questions.
Doug,
No questions.
and I have no questions.
Come on, you got to come up with something.
All right, so under application, site improvements, application 23-002, John Ricotta, application to install a generator on the property located at 1181 Main Street as presented.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. All right, Darcy,
Darcy Sequin approves.
Bob,
Bob Burns approves.
Doug,
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve,
Steve DeBoer approves.
and Dan Silver approves. All right, very good, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And Sarah, again, thanks for all your help.
I just want to mention too, I think John has the best landscape in Chatham as you drive by spring, summer, and fall with the job he does out there. Thank you. It looks great, so thanks for that.
Thank you
Take
so
care,
much.
John.
All right, now, let's see, where are we? We are at additions, alterations. 22-119, Shane Gofflin, application to replace the siding and add windows to the structure located at 71 Kroll Road. There he is.
Good afternoon. How are you today?
I am well, thank you. Thank you for your patience.
My name is Shane Coughlin. I recently purchased 71 Kroll Road, which is the Chatham Cafe and Bakery. I'm here before you today to ask permission to do some alterations to the right side of the building, which faces Collins Lane. This is the existing conditions currently, and what I'd like to do is add 5 double-hung windows. There's an image of that right here. And so I'd like to add 5 double-hung windows. The door to the kitchen, I'd like to slide that over a little bit. I'd also, if you could go back to that first image, I'd like to remove that T111 siding and replace that with white cedar shingles. I'd also be removing that hood vent. That the shed thing there is another ventilation shaft. And up here in the corner, there's a little intake air, so all that would be gone. And I'd be looking at reusing those floodlights. I would like to bury that conduit right there, so once we have the wall opened up, I'll just put that right there on the wall. And could you go back to that other image real quick? And so essentially, it would look like this. There's a trim board right above there. I'd be keeping that. Color of the shingles would be natural. Color of the trim would be white. Material would be AZAC on the trim, 1x4. And the windows would be Anderson 400 series. And that's about it. Does anyone have any questions?
I will start, if Steve doesn't mind, since Sam is not here, going to put 4-inch trim around the windows
4-inch trim, that's what I was
and
planning.
traditional sill.
Yes, and I didn't have a photo of that. I do have one with me.
I'm quite familiar with it. I don't know if
Okay,
anybody else is.
something,
Yeah.
something like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
It's all PVC.
Yep. Okay.
Very good. Steve?
No, I don't have any questions. I think it's pretty straightforward,
Okay.
easy to understand.
Darcy?
No questions, it's just a great improvement.
Thank you.
I like to see that side with some windows in it.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
It'll brighten the place up
It
on
certainly
the
will.
inside.
Yep.
Bob?
Nicely done. One question, you're going to keep the donuts?
I'm not making any public comments currently on donuts. It will be yes, it will be a very different place when I'm done with it. So I'll
No
do my
further-
best to make everybody happy.
Thank you.
Doug?
That's a tough order, but.
Yes, it is.
I think they're fantastic improvements, and I'm looking forward to it, so I have no questions.
Excellent.
Steve?
I have no, that's fine, everything is good.
No, I think it's great myself, but I think it's very appropriate for the area, much more so than what's there already.
All right, so Doug Gratt will make a motion under additions/alterations 22-119 Shane Coughlin, application to replace the siding and add windows to the structure located at 71 Kroll Road as presented.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
All right, motion was made and seconded. All right, so we go to Darcy.
Darcy votes in favor.
Bob?
Bob Burns in favor?
Doug?
Doug Grattan votes in favor.
Steve?
Steve DeBoer's in favor.
Dan Silva moves in favor. Very good. All right. Amazing, we don't have any
Okay.
ratifications.
All set.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Have a good day.
You as well, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody have anything to add? No? I don't have anything further on my
Doug Gratt will make a motion to adjourn.
very good.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
All right, Steve?
Steve's in favor of adjourning.
Darcy?
Darcy's in favor.
Bob?
Bob Burns in favor?
Doug?
Doug Grattan's in favor.
Steve?
I'm still in favor.
Oh, how did you do that? How did you do that? Dan Silva's in favor too. Everybody jumping on me tonight, jeez. All right.